I wondered if you could tell us what was the reason that you got sent to the stands. What happened at halftime with the referee?
I said it was goal. Milner passed the ball to Leroy goal, and said it was goal, and that's why he sent me off.
How much of an impact did that disallowed goal have on the game tonight?
Well, it's different to go 1-0 at halftime to 0. It's different when the first goal in Anfield is offside from Salah is offside. This kind of games, this kind of competitions, the impact is so big. So the goal from Gabriel Jesus in Anfield is goal. It's not offside from the pass David to Leroy. It's a penalty from Raja Sterling, from Robertson in front of the fourth official. So, of course, that is influence a lot of competitions. First of all, I would say big congratulations for Liverpool for go through. Hopefully can defend English football in semi-finals. Yeah.
Liverpool versus everybody. We are here post-match. We have our good friend from ANFIELD ROAR. Say what's up, buddy.
Right. I mean, that game. I mean, I'm just so happy right now. And when you look at it, we've battered them over 2 legs.
Mm. Yeah. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people really saw us doing. Just totally dominating them. And for me, you know, the 4 players, Salah, Mane, Firmino, of course, you know, Ox doing some good things. Of course, they'll get the plaudits and the praise, and rightfully so. But to me, the story of it, of the 2 legs, is our defense. Our defense, a defense who most people thought, you know, even myself, at least in the first match, City would score. So over 2 legs to only allow them 1 sniff at the goal is really massive. And I think the defense needs to be praised. And I mean, goalkeeper to fullback to center back. You know, Lovren has been a guy who, you know, has gotten some stick, and I think it's been warranted. He's had some pretty bad performances over his Liverpool career, to say the least. But you know, when it's counting, and here lately, I think Virgil van Dijk has a lot to do with that. He's been pretty good. And again, same with the fullbacks. I praised Trent yesterday because I thought him getting that card early could have really gotten to him, and he showed some maturity. And again, man, just ever since the Palace game, we've been really on this really nice run, very professional, very mature performances. So yeah, I'm just proud of the defense personally.
And even that goal we conceded in the first couple of minutes, I mean, I thought it was a foul on Van Dijk. You know, we just gave them the goal, to be quite honest with you. It could have been an easy 2-0 win away at Etihad. You know, so we just gave them that goal, if I'm quite honest with you. They didn't score any goals from their own play. You know, we give them a gift in the first couple of minutes. But what I was really impressed was the reaction from the boys. I thought, you know, a couple of minutes, you know, conceding to Manchester City. Obviously, they're going to win the league. They've won the League Cup double. The best team in the Premier League right now. You know, they're going to win the league. But I thought the reaction from Liverpool was top class. You know, we stayed in the game. You know, we kept our heads in the game, and we waited for the right moment in Mo Salah. And obviously that guy, you know, he's not going to miss from there, is he? So I thought it was a very professional performance over 2 legs. And you look at it and think, when we beat them 4-3 at Anfield, some said at some point we were winning 4-1, and they said, you know, if they City had 5 more minutes, they would have got a draw, something like that. But now this has, you know, really shut up all the people that said that, because we've done it over. People said that, you know, over one game and one game, just a random game, 90 minutes. Liverpool, you know, it obviously can be anyone, but all these haters, all these Man United fans, all these other fans, all these pundits said, not everyone, but most of the people said that over 2 legs, City are just going to be too strong and Liverpool can't cope with them. But guess what? We've beaten them home and away, 5-1. We've absolutely demolished them. And now we are finally getting the praise that we deserve. And we're through to semis, and Barca, you know, they got knocked out by Roma. And if we can get Roma, I'm not saying that we're obviously going to go through, but there's a massive chance that we're going to be going through to the Champions League final if we do get Roma. I mean, Bayern, I wouldn't mind as well. Real, I don't really want them in the semis. I'd rather have a Roma or a Bayern. But if we can get Roma, I mean, we have a big chance of making the Champions League final, and that's going to be absolutely incredible. Can you imagine if we win it? The fans, everyone's just going to be incredible, and we won't be singing 5 times anymore. It'll be 6 times.
Yeah, you know, again, I've been saying it, you know, through this whole tie and just in general in this competition that you know, Klopp, one of the first things he said was we have to change from doubters into believers, and know that's maybe cliche or boring. Or whatever.
Definitely turned me into a believer.
Yeah, I mean, and there's still some on the fringes who aren't, and that's fine. Listen, it's Liverpool's job to make sure that we stay on top and we eradicate that thinking from anybody's mind, even our own supporters. So as long as we keep going, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, I think we'll be fine. But he also said, the history we have is one thing, but this team has to make their own history, and we're doing it right before everybody's eyes. Again, I think no one really gave us a chance in this. And that's why the Champions League is such a beautiful thing. Here in the States, we have the March Madness, the college basketball thing, and you hear about these Cinderella teams that, no one even expects to do anything, but a lot of times they upset the Giants. And, to me, it's about having a team, and that's what Liverpool have, and that's what Roma showed you. They had a team that believed in each other, that played together, and they knocked out a giant. And that's what you want to see. Liverpool are a hard-working team. They play for each other. City don't really come up against those kind of teams, especially not in the Premier League. So there were games across this season where you saw how you can get at City. Even in the Cup game, I think it was Wigan that knocked them out. Basel hit them, and I know they played a weakened team. But if you're honest with yourself, City don't really have such a thing as a weak team. They have so many players on the bench as well. So they've shown how you can get at them. And as I've said before, on head-to-head, anytime Liverpool plays City, with everything even, nobody getting sent off, we are clearly the better team. And, I started off the show with the clip from Pep because I wanted people's opinions on that. And does he have a point, kind of whining about these calls or lack thereof? Does he have a point? And does it isn't even worth speaking about? Because is it like, if they got those calls, would it have been a different game? Surely, possibly. But do we think that that's something that we're kind of giving him a pass on, or is he maybe complaining for no reason?
Same old Pep, isn't it? He's making excuses again. I mean, how much money has he spent? I mean, at Man City, absolutely ridiculous. He's got an open checkbook, and Klopp has been him the most times than any other manager. I think 7 times now, 8 times, something like that. I mean, he's making excuses again. Same old Pep. I mean, listen. How many decisions have we had, against us this season? I mean, we can go through so many, Tottenham and all these other ones, because there's too many. I can't name all of them. We've had so many decisions against us, and it's finally good to see us getting a bit of luck. I mean, the first goal in the first leg, Salah, that is tough for the referee to see. It's inches, same as Sane's one. That does happen. The Sane in the second leg, that was a bit more clearer, and I thought he scored that Sane. I thought I was pretty shocked when he gave offside, but you need this bit of luck to obviously win the competition, to progress to the latter stages of the competition. You need that. But with Pep Guardiola, I mean, Klopp how much money has he spent? He just lost probably one of his best players in January transfer window, hasn't replaced him, and look where we are right now. We've progressed through to the semis, and we've absolutely battered City, and we've showed that that we can compete with the best. We've showed that, and we're showing it right now. And next year we need a few more signings. And I don't really say too much that we're going to win the league. I didn't say it the year before. I didn't say it this year because of the players that we didn't strengthen as much as we could have or as we should have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we bought in Virgil van Dijk from in the summer transfer window, I think we would have been closer to City than we are now, because we obviously now, how many points, I'm not too sure how many points, nearly 20 points. I think he would have obviously got us to that maybe 10-point mark, 10 points, 8 points, you never know, because look what he's doing right now. He's not only, organised on defense, he's not, improving himself or improving the team, but he's improving other, teammates. He's improving Lovren, he's improved Trent, Robbo, Karius, he's making everyone else play better as well as making the team play better. And, 75 million, absolute bargain. But going back on Pep, same thing again. He got absolutely smashed 5-1, 4-3 in January. That, that was, how can I put it? That was lucky for him. It should have been 4-1, but I mean, we didn't even have Van Dijk in that game. And it was, in that match, first of all, it was just, it should have been 5-6-7-1. But as I said, same old Pep making excuses and, blaming the referee again. And I thought the referee in the game was superb. I mean, we got a lot of yellow cards, but now a good thing is they're all clear for the semis. So that's big for us. So we can start fresh with the yellows, and we'll see who we get on on Friday. Can't wait for the draw. And what a time it is to be a Liverpool fan right now.
Yeah, a lot of good things you said there. Agree with it all. We got a question here. What do you think were the areas that the game was won for us?
Key areas in the game where we won the game. A lot of areas. I mean, first of all, defensively. I mean, defensively was solid, and what I want to pick up on is Gino Wijnaldum. I mean, that was a really tough role for him to play as a number 6, but I thought he was absolutely incredible throughout the whole match. First half, we were camped in your own box, took it to a 1-0. Wasn't a bad result. Could have been, definitely should have been 0-0 at half time if we didn't give that goal away. I saw a few people right now saying in the comments that it wasn't a foul. I think it was a foul. Sterling clipped his heels, then completely barged him off the ball with no intention to completely barged him, Van Dijk off the pitch with no intention of trying to win the ball back. And but I thought Van Dijk, played to the whistle. He had his arms up in the air during the match. I mean, you always have to play to the whistle. I mean, that's something you learn of from the start when you're playing football. But the key areas, I mean, Wijnaldum, he obviously had a dress rehearsal. I mean, you could say a rehearsal in that 6-0 against Everton, and I thought it was really good. But as I said, it's one thing doing against Tom Davies and Wayne Rooney, but when you got De Bruyne, Silva, Bernardo Silva, Jesus, and all these incredible players making runs in behind you, it's going to be tough. And I thought second half he stepped up, took control of the game, and second half they tired a lot, and gaps started opening up. And defensively again, Dejan Lovren, absolute superb. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's kept Sane quiet for 180 minutes. Robbo, I thought, was incredible as well. But I think for me, the key role was Gino Wijnaldum, that 6, especially in the second half.
Yeah. The Sterling situation.
I thought it was a foul, but sorry, but I was going to say something here. Karius shouldn't have thrown it to Van Dijk. He should have just kicked it long. I mean, they're putting pressure on straight away early on in the game, so you don't throw it. When they're going to be full of injury. Obviously, the crowd, they were poor, but at the start they were obviously getting behind the team. First 5-10 minutes, you have to see the game out. Get it to 20 minutes, quiet down the crowd. I mean, it's probably even quiet anyway in the first place. But Karius there, very, very poor. Shouldn't have thrown it to Van Dijk, especially on his left foot on his weak side.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one for me because that's a part of Firmino's game, and I love when he does it, and I love when he gets away with it.
Oh man, I think it's incredible. I mean, did you see the tackle on De Bruyne out? That was, and he had the yellow card as well, and get that wrong, and he could have been off.
Yeah. So the Sterling thing, hey, listen, Virgil van Dijk should never be going over that easily with Sterling. That's the part that bothered me more than anything. That's unacceptable. But again, I've spoken about Virgil van Dijk and him being very, very calm, and you like that in pressure moments, but sometimes maybe too calm. You should have got rid of the ball a little. Look, it didn't cost us, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Mane real?
You just play for the whistle.
Let's talk about Mane real quick,
Yeah.
because I think his reputation kind of preceded him a bit in some of these challenges today, and that's not his fault. But you saw how Edison started push. I think I counted 4 or 5 times Edison pushed him. I'm glad he got a yellow card. But look, Mane is always going to go after challenges and always, in my mind, play clean. It's unfortunate that sometimes he catches a guy on a knee, or in Otamendi's case, which I think he did a little bit too much rolling around. But in Otamendi's case, it looked like he might have caught him right where the sun doesn't shine. So listen, I think if he didn't have that send off against City early in the season, no one calls that, because you can see that's just 2 players going after the ball. It's an accident, you know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of times, especially the City players, they kind of are trying to have it out for Mane and roll on around a little bit too much, like De Bruyne and Otamendi, just to get him sent off. Did you notice
Edison as well?
Yeah. Did you notice that at all in the game?
Yep. I mean, yeah, exactly. Especially on Mane. I mean, for the first challenge where we were 1-0 down, and I thought Mane, he learned from his lesson against Palace, but remember, he could have been sent off, and the club subbed him off after that. But what I liked about Mane, he stayed cool. He didn't, react back to Edison, because he obviously, you saw for the challenger Otamendi, Mane slipped. He slipped, then he followed through to Otamendi, and there was nothing happened to him. But he was just trying to roll around, and Edison came. started pushing around Mon around 5 times, and for you, I thought that should have been possibly could have been a red card for this. I mean, pushing a player around 5 times. I mean,
Yeah.
that could have been a red card. And I mean, who is he to try, and do that? I mean, if it was me, straight away I would have. You could call me biased, but I would have straight away took the red card out and sent him off. Probably would have sent off their whole team if I was the referee. But no, yeah, that was spot on there. You said De Bruyne, Fernandinho, especially as well, and Otamendi, and Mane kept his cool, and did very, very well throughout the whole match, and put pressure on C's back line, and obviously was key to getting that the away goal when you went through a nice little 1-2 with Salah. Then Salah passed it to Mane. Mane went through, past Walker. Should have been a penalty for me, but Salah took it around, and he's got nerves of steel, man, with Salah. And what finish? I mean, it looked like when Salah took it around the goalkeeper, I was like, he's going to score. But then when he chipped it, I thought he was just going to go just wide, but it hit the back of the net. And that was when the game obviously, finished.
Yeah, that's a key point you said about Sadio, because personally, I would have lost my cool. I'm not gonna let somebody just push me that many times. I don't care. I mean, it was smart for him to do it, and that's why he's in a position he is, and I'm not, because I'd have lost my head on that. Especially if it's a 50-50 challenge, things happen. It's like, bro, what are you doing? And
he's sick as well.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to kind of go kind of off the pitch slightly. There's been a lot of news. You would probably be knowing this probably in more depth than I do. There's some news about fights in the stands, and
I saw a couple of videos. Not too sure on
that.
I saw one because a Liverpool fan was apparently in the City end, and he celebrated. And the City fans were trying to punch him in the face and all that stuff, and Liverpool fan were fighting back. I'm not too sure. That's the only video I really saw on that. It just shows that City fans are just so losers, aren't they? I mean, their atmosphere was apparently get a few plastic bags from a supermarket and waving it around, trying to create an atmosphere, and they were quiet for the whole 90 minutes. When you compare different colours plastic bags, but when you compare our ones with scarves, banners, flags, it's just incredible, and that's why we won as well. That's one of the main factors why we won that tie, because as well as the players, they were incredible, but the fans, they're like a 12th man on the pitch. I mean, I could hear on the TV, I could hear the away fans singing more than the home fans at the Etihad, and it just shows the fans, the quality of fans that we have. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season now. It's just great when you're playing for something in the May time, the April time. That's when when you're in the big competitions. And we've got 5 Premier League games now. Bournemouth one, I can't wait for that one as well, because I'm going to that. So I'm looking forward to going Anfield, and it's going to be a great buzz, great mood around the club, the fans, everyone's just going to be a great mood, and just have a sing along and enjoy the game. And then what, West Brom after that, Stoke, Chelsea. Top 4's done for us. I mean, that's we're in the top 4, and then we've obviously got the semi-finals.
Yeah, no. I want to speak on the fans real quick, because I'm glad you brought that up, because I've given the fans a little bit of stick this season, from where I am and where I can hear. I think in certain games we've been pretty quiet, but we know.
But most of the small games, when we're playing the small teams, no,
I know, but I just feel like for a big club like this, if Palace fans, for example, can get up like that, like they do at Selhurst, I mean, come on. I just.
I think it's just a problem within the country. I mean, every team is just an English Premier League problem.
Yeah, no, I get it, but my point is, you're right, and I know the fans played a huge role over both legs, especially in that first leg, obviously. But over both legs, you can see City trying to copy some of the things we were doing, booing the players when we got the ball. Those flags, though, I mean, that was just atrocious. And
it's embarrassing, wasn't it? I mean, the Liverpool fans were singing.
I mean, come on, that's just really
the Liverpool fans were singing. What the fucking hell was that?
Yeah. Let me get to this question, because of course this is one that everybody wants to know. And I'll put it to you first. You want Roma in the semi or the final?
Well, it depends who you get in the semi.
I know, right?
I mean, that's actually a good question. That's a very, very good question, because obviously, listen, I'd rather have Roma in the semis, because I think in a one-off game we can beat anyone. I think we can beat him. Listen, we've proved in Right now, we can beat City away from away and home and away. But I think, I mean, the experience of Real Madrid, I think that would be tough for us. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to lose because everyone said that for the City game, and look what happened. But I'd rather have Roma in the semis, beat them over 2 legs, and then in the final, anything can happen, and we can lift our 6th Champions League trophy. And if someone said to me, you could be, you'd be in this position right now, obviously top 4, I'd take that. And in the semi-finals Champions League with these teams in the competition, I mean, I would have bitten your hand off. I would have snapped your hand off to be in this position. And you still can't believe, I still can't believe in the position we're in right now with Jurgen Klopp. He's just put us in such a good position, and he's probably been one of our best. Leave Mohamed Salah, Jurgen Klopp has been our best signing in these last 10 years.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is a great point, and he has been. And you see where this team was when he came in to where we are now, and it's really amazing. Things have moved along really, really fast. It still seems like yesterday he's been here. That he's come in, and now we're on, I guess, three and a half seasons or whatever it may be. But no, Klopp has really come in and done some things, and I think we're all honest in saying that it's lovely to see these pictures and memes of Coutinho and his eyes looking out, and him, because personally I kind of wanted to see Barcelona in the final. I would have loved to see that, and if you've been paying attention to Barcelona, yeah, they've been undefeated. I think still undefeated in their league. But they've been shown that they can they can be got at as well. Chelsea, I think, over those 2 legs were really, really good and could have got at them. So, listen, it's going to be tough whoever we play because the teams remaining are good teams, and that's obvious. So it'll be interesting to see. I can't wait to Friday to see what that looks like. Let me ask one of these questions real quick. Do you think the outcome of the game would be different if we play first leg away?
Oh, that's a good question because I think it's a tough one because I think I normally want the first leg to be away, then we can take it back to Anfield. But in a way, and I was disappointed when the first leg was at home, but in a way it's kind of helped us because it's helped us get a good result and shock City. And it's made the job easier for us to see our result at the Etihad, get an away goal, and I think the result was absolutely massive in the first leg, 3-0. Kept the clean sheet, and obviously we're always going to score the Etihad. I mean, anyone who said we're not, just they're idiots, aren't they? Because against Otamendi and all these people, against Mohamed Salah, Firmino, Mane, we're always going to score the Etihad. But I think in a way it helped us, and I think that the outcome, yeah, it would have been different. Of course, it would have been different, but I think the outcome of the game, the way you're set up, I think is the home leg at Anfield has really helped us, and it's kind of changed my mind because I kind of wouldn't mind a home leg against Real Madrid at Anfield first or Bayern Munich. Get a good result there and take it back to Allianz.
Yeah, those are some good points. I think we'll never know, but
yeah, you can never know.
Always fancy us at Anfield, so that to me was always, I think, going to be a pretty good result. And then playing away to them again, they have no atmosphere. I don't care what these guys try to tell you on their fan channel. City have no atmosphere. They don't. So
they have no atmosphere. I mean, I think it was the Citizens TV. I mean, he made a message to Man City fans, and I watched that. And I mean, he said something about the club's built on coming back and all that. So, I mean, your club got founded in 2008, mate. I mean, I don't know what your club is not built on anything. Your club is built on oil money. That's it.
Yeah, and fair play to the guy. I did a video with him. We haven't had the best of relationships, honestly, me and him, over the years. I forget how young he is as well, so I've kind of laid off of going into him. But he's young. He doesn't really know any better. Let's just be honest. As far as the team and this so-called short period of, I guess, history that they have
since 2008, mate. Since the Sheikhs come in.
This slide, but Owen says, "Do you think we play better football under Klopp, Rodgers, or Rafa?"
I mean, Klopp by a million miles.
I think it's a good question, but I think.
But I don't know what. Listen, Rodgers, what he tried to do. Klopp's got his own style. Rodgers tried to copy Barcelona. Listen, you don't copy. Copying is never going to help you. You have your own identity as a manager. And for me, Rodgers is an atrocious manager. I don't care what anyone says. he had that season 13-14 where fair play to him, he done well, but the team he had with Luis Suarez and all these players, they kept him, because defensively we were shocking then again. I was never a fan of him at all. Benitez, I love Benitez. I mean, because I think he's in the Premier League, he wasn't the best, but I think when he came to the Champions League, defensively he was really, really good. He was solid. I remember the nights 2005, 2007. I remember watching it, and against Chelsea, all these historic nights. I mean, he was a king of Europe, Rafa Benitez. He always knew how to set up against the teams, attacking teams, defending teams, all these different styles, and that's why we won our 5th Champions League. And I think with Klopp plays by far the better football, by far the most attractive football. I don't think Benitez used to play boring football, but Klopp's football is more attractive. And Rodgers not in that category at all for me. I think just Jurgen Klopp. I mean, I love his style. I mean, since I've watched football, for the amount of years I've watched football, this is the style I've only been interested in. I've never been interested in this park the bus rubbish. I mean, this is the style and this is the manager we have, and I'm very, very happy with him.
Yeah, I like the question because it does spark a little bit of debate, because I'm sure there's people who will make cases for each manager. But I'm so glad to hear what you said about Brendan Rodgers. Look, everybody's got an opinion. The people who loved Brendan Rodgers, I never got that. I never did. I really didn't. I think he was taking our club down, to be honest, there at the end of his reign. And I'm glad we brought somebody in. Of course, Benitez, there's kind of that romantic feeling about him of what he accomplished at Liverpool, especially the Champions League, the coming back from 3-0 and all of that. So I think Rafa is definitely a close second, but for me, it's Klopp all day. And I don't even think it's really close. There's some comments in here about Sevilla and saying that they could, pull a Roma on Bayern. What are your thoughts on that?
No chance.
Really?
No chance. No chance of it, because I mean 2-1 Bayern, and they're away from home. It's not like they're home as well. They're away from. I mean, they were very unlucky in the first leg. I mean, they scored 2 goals. I think kind of basically Bayern. But for me, no chance. I mean, Bayern going to be through, and we thought it was going to be Bayern, Real, Liverpool, Barca. Roma's in the mix now.
I know.
Whoever gets Roma, for me, in my opinion, is going to be through to this final.
Say that last part again.
I said whoever gets Roma in the semi-finals, in my opinion, they're going to go through to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah, you think so? So it'd be interesting how they do this. I don't know why.
You know how lucky Real Madrid are. They're most likely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they keep calling it a draw. All this stuff is rigged, man. There's no draw in it.
I've heard this hot balls and cold balls as well. I think when the people rolling the ball and picking them up, they pick it with apparently their balls they're heated up or they're cold, so they can pick it up like that. And that's what I've heard.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't buy into this whole draw thing. I mean, it's all exciting.
It's all set up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see what those draws are. So, just closing out, man. Moving forward, as you said, you'll be at the Bournemouth game. I'm glad you'll be able to go out there. Looking forward to that game. That's a Sunday, correct?
No, it's a Saturday, 5:30 in the UK.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Sunday. Okay, cool. Okay, so what are you thinking as far as lineups there? Do you think, I mean, because like you said, and I agree, Chelsea is definitely done, and I think it'll be between probably us and Tottenham to get those last 2 spots. But how are you thinking about lineup wise? Like, do you think we need to rest some of these guys? Because look, semifinal and final, we can't afford to have injuries to these big guys, man, or anybody really at this point. But how are you thinking Klopp's going to go? Do you think we'll see more of Klein and Danny Ings and Solanke?
No, for Bournemouth, yeah. No, I'd go strong. First of all, a reason is because I'm going to the match, so I want to see Salah, Firmino, Mane play. But I'd probably go with the team I'd go with is Karius in goal. Right back, I'd go with listen, there's a lot of time for them to rest. I mean, look, we have players coming back now. Gomez's going to come back. Apparently, Chan's out for the season. I'm not too sure on that. Lallana, not too sure on Lallana. Henderson's back for them. Now he had a suspension as well. So we've got a few players coming back now. So that's key for us. But I'll go in goal. I'll go with Karius. Right back, Klein, definitely. Left back, I'll probably go with I'll go with Andy Robertson. I don't see why he shouldn't play. Centre back, I'd go with Lovren and Van Dijk. In midfield, I'd go with Jordan Henderson. Who else we got here? I'd give James Milner the rest because I think he's played 4 games in a week and a half. That's a lot of football for him. And I'd go with Henderson, not Chan, Wijnaldum, and Ox. And for me, Salah, Firmino, Mane.
Okay, so you keep playing them.
Go strong. I mean, they've had 4 days rest. I mean, go strong, go play football, go get the job done. None of this Dominic Solanke and Danny Ings, they're not good enough yet for the Liverpool. I mean, Danny Ings, first of all, he's 25 years of age. He's nothing more than a squad player. There's no point in playing him this match. Let's try to get higher than 4th. Let's try. Obviously, it doesn't really matter because 4th, you'd have to qualify for the Champions League, get straight in the group stages. But let's try and get at least 3rd.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I feel like although we feel like top 4 is definitely something that we've got is kind of signed, still delivered. I still want to get some results in these next few games because
build up more momentum and confidence for the team.
Exactly, because that can only help to be getting these wins. I think secretly you want Salah to play because you're going to watch that game. You don't want.
That's why. If I'm watching on TV, I fucking tell him to rest. I tell Klopp to rest him. But no, listen, I want to watch Mohamed Salah play. I mean, I watched him once against Tottenham and we lost 4-1. He scored, but this was horrible. Probably the worst game of the season. I was there.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, but no, I want to see him now because I want to see Salah play, and I think Klopp will go strong. Maybe we'll see Salah maybe rested, but I want to see Salah because I want him to beat Kane for the Golden Boot because Harry Kane is desperate. I want to see Salah get a couple goals in that game because Kane's claiming a goal for the Eriksen one, and I'm not sure if you saw it. Didn't touch.
Please, man! Don't even get me started on that guy.
Didn't touch him at all, and
that's
apparently,
a shame. Brought his daughter up into the conversation.
Yeah, he's sworn his daughter's life and all that shit.
So desperate. I mean, you're at what 25 and Salah's at what 29.
Well, he's at 24. If he's at 24, if he doesn't get if he gives it to Eriksen.
Yeah, I talked about it on the channel, and again, it just shows the mentality of certain teams and certain clubs. They got a FA Cup they're fighting for, and they're worried about a goal.
Yeah, because that's the only trophy they're gonna win. That's the only trophy they're gonna win, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the silly mentality, and I don't know if it's part of.
They probably put Harry Kane's. Yeah, they probably put Harry Kane's golden boots in their trophy cabinet.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I think these individual award things, I never really got the hype anyway. Sure, if Salah got it, that'd be cool. But to me, it's about the team, and what Spurs is doing right now is really, 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 really shameful. But it's what it is. And then when you see Liverpool players who can be getting bonuses, but they let another team.
Yeah, and Roberto Firmino.
It's amazing, and again, this is what I keep saying about Liverpool, man. More than anything else, it's just a team under this manager, and that's what you really like to see. Give me a score prediction for the Bournemouth game.
I'd like to say 8-0 because I want to go celebrate a few goals. I'm gonna be sitting behind. I'm gonna be sitting in the Anfield Road end. So I have gonna have a good view. I want to go. I think Bournemouth, they're going to be on the beach now. They're safe. So I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool. I'm going to see. Well, it depends on the lineup. But if it's a strong lineup, 4-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go with that. I think again, we can't be in this kind of dreamland, la la land. Okay, we beat City, cool. Let's act like we've done it before. Move on.
For these games, we can just kind of relax, watch the games, and just. Watch the games a bit of fun with not a lot of pressure on. Hopefully, just get wins and build up momentum and confidence, and go on another win and run.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And may it continue. ANFIELD ROAR, I'm glad you'll be going to the game. Enjoy it. I'm glad you're able to come and join us on our channel. Yeah, and we'll talk soon, buddy.
Yeah, cheers.